Hi, welcome to your science lesson. Today we are talking about the cell, and this is review, so nothing should be new, so don't get too worried. Our first topic is organelles. Okay, and we're going to go through the ones listed here in the plant cell. This is not a comprehensive list, but again, I just want to focus on a few for review. Number one, Golgi apparatus. It's like the post office, the packaging center. It decides who goes where. Number two represents one of the vacuoles. Plants do have a very large vacuole for storage of water, but vacuole is a storage organelle. Number three would be the rough endoplasmic reticulum, or rough ER. And all those little tiny dots are ribosomes, and they are protein machines. They make proteins. The endoplasmic reticulum then processes proteins and lipids. Number four represents that wall around the plant cell, and it helps to give the plant structure and support. Right on the other side, on the inside of the cell wall, would be the cell membrane. Number five would be the mitochondria, or the energy producers of the cell. Number six, with those little stacks of thylakoids, that would be a chloroplast. And chloroplast's job is to perform the process of photosynthesis and make glucose. Number seven would be very similar to number three, but it is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, or smooth ER. So no ribosomes. It mostly is going to process lipids. And then number eight would represent the nucleus with that nucleolus on the inside. And the nucleus is the control center of the cell, like the brain. Okay, now all cells do not look alike. Why? They have different jobs. Okay, red blood cells have to carry oxygen. They have a very unique shape. Columnar epithelial cells have to keep germs, bacteria out of the lining of your nose and throat, so they are tall and thin and lined with cilia, which help that process. Smooth muscle cells are built for contracting. Okay, an ovum is built for providing enough nutrient until the egg can implant. Okay, bone cells for strength, nerve cells for conduction. Sperm cells have a flagellum, a tail, so that they can move. So the shape of a cell is related to its function. Now, when we talk about the organization of life, we can go as small as atoms and molecules, but for our purposes, we're really going to begin with organelles. So organelles, they perform a specific function inside a cell. They have a job inside a cell. And organelles are found inside of cells. Okay? Cells, they each have a specific function. When a group of cells work together to perform one function, they form a tissue, like muscle tissue, like bone tissue. Even blood is a tissue. Okay? Then when you have a group of tissues together that perform a specific function, you form an organ. And an example, a heart, brain, kidney, stomach, those are all organs. And then you can have a group of organs that then together perform a common function, and that would be an organ system. So like your respiratory system, your digestive system, your nervous system. And then a group of organ systems that work together to function would be an organism, a single living thing, organism, like a cat, like a frog, like a person, like a mouse, like a fly. Okay, now, cells cannot get big forever. One of the things that happens is cells will divide, okay? So they will grow as big as they can, and then they get a signal that it is time to divide. So these two illustrations here are showing the process of cell division in two different cellular examples, okay? But again, cellular division, called mitosis, happens when the cell gets too big and it is required to divide. So let's talk about why. Why would cells need to divide? Why are cells usually so small? What makes sense? Why? Well, it comes down to something very basic. Everything that enters or leaves a cell has to cross the cell membrane. And as the cell gets bigger, it gets harder and harder for that to happen. We need a high surface to volume ratio, more like this illustration right here, than like this one. When we get to a big illustration like this, as nutrients are diffusing inside the cell, it takes too long. And as wastes are trying to diffuse out of the cell, it takes too long. Okay, so that is what inhibits or keeps cells from getting so big, is that nutrients can't get in fast enough and wastes can't get out fast enough. One quick reminder, the cell theory, 3 parts. Cells are the basic unit of life. All cells come from other living pre-existing cells. They don't come out of nowhere. And all living things are made of cells. Even if it's only one, even if it's unicellular, it's still made of a cell. And that's it. There you have it. That should be easy review. Cells.